My name is Sarah Kaufman, and I'm an amateur paranormal investigator. I've investigated Goatman's Bridge and a couple of hotels in Dallas, and yeah. The first time I ever went, I don't scream, I'm not a screamer, but the first time we ever went, we were walking through the woods. I had my flashlight, and I had gotten to the back of my pack that was like up ahead of me, and I had kind of fallen back behind a little bit, and I had flashed my light over, and I swear to God, it looked like a legitimate goat was standing in the woods. And then we came closer and we realized it was just a bunch of sticks. But when I thought it was a goat, I literally screamed because I never seen anything like that, and it was the first time we ever went. It was terrifying. I don't know if there's any demons. I've never had anything supernatural. I'm way more scared of the people that are in the woods than anything like that. One time we were in there and this kid threw rocks at us from the woods, and we threw a stick at him and he stopped. So most people don't know this. Every time I go over there, there's no one over there. But there's the bridge, and that's like the main attraction, and that's where everyone goes and smokes and does whatever. But there's an area under the highway, and when you go that way where the woods are, and then there's that creek area and everything, but there's like a little tiny path that goes up into a walking trail. I don't know what this property is, but it looks like there was some kind of construction and it got halted because there's just all this crap like everywhere. There's like fences and wheelbarrows and sinks and mattresses and chairs, and there's like markings all over the fence posts, and they're like drawn in like white paint. And we did some research, and they're like satanic markings, and people hung up baby dolls and stuff throughout the woods. And if you follow the markings, there's a pathway, and if you keep following them, there's a like ex-construction site which is like covered in like tiles and bricks, and then this giant like concrete slab. And I looked down and I saw that there were these letters that were drawn on the slab, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's weird. At first I saw the letters before and I was like, oh, somebody drew the alphabet. Oh, whatever, and I kept going. And then my friend Nate came up and he was like, hey, this is a giant Ouija board. And then we all went, whoa, and we all looked down, and it was literally somebody had painted on this giant slab, they had painted a Ouija board, and yeah, there was like a yes and no and a goodbye, and it was pretty crazy. But yeah, that was weird. So, I've never been in this area before, but it is terrifying. And then there's so much like I haven't seen, and there's even more further back. It feels a lot smaller during the day. At night, this place feels a lot bigger. It feels much more elaborate. It feels like it almost feels like it goes on for an eternity. But during the day, it feels much more confined. Like I didn't even see all this whole half until today. Because there is just so much to find, and I feel like even during the day you're still missing things. Like there's still a lot more to see. I have a friend who works in she works at a law firm, so she's trying to figure out what this property was and what happened to it, why was it left like this, and so we're trying to investigate that. And I just want to understand, like me and my friends, we all just want to understand why this stuff is here. Like why was it left? Like why is there just so much of like just random things like car parts or tires, or there's just like, and there's these structures that are built and no one knows why they're built and who built them, because some of it feels like they were legitimately built, some of them feel like they're built by just random everyday people, and then it's hard to tell what's staged and what's real. Like obviously there were like actual cult like sacrifices and things here, but there's also stuff that looks very staged. Like what is real and what's not, and why is it here, and why would somebody leave this stuff here? It's all just a big mystery.